Trump supporters none too pleased with Lindsey Graham's 11th hour decision to go ahead and uphold the results of our election. All it took for Graham to change his mind was the looting and desecration of the Capitol. And that was all it took for a leading Trump supplicant like Graham to come under fire from the base, as if 4 years of bootlicking gets you nothing in this day and age. Back with us again tonight, Baratunde Thurston, author, activist, comedian, former producer for The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, these days the host of the podcast How to Citizen, and Rick Wilson, longtime Republican strategist who has since left the party. He's an author and happens to be the co-founder of the Lincoln Project. Gentlemen, welcome to you both. Rick, I have to begin with you because of Twitter's decision tonight to kick off Donald Trump. Does Trump without Twitter now mean Republicans without fear? Meaning, is Rob Portman going to emerge from the witness protection program? Is Nikki Haley going to say she never did like Donald Trump?
Brian, in the last 5 years, I cannot tell you the number of times Republican elected officials have said to me, I hate him, I can't stand him, he's destroying the country, but if I say anything, he's going to tweet about me and destroy my career, or I'll get a primary. Well, folks, now your excuses are expired. He does not have a Twitter account. The bullhorn is broken. The platform is shattered. He can't strike you down if you say what's in your hearts. I encourage my former Republican friends to step out of the darkness now. You've got that moment.
Baratunde, it's good to see you. We've already seen some legacy repair work by Lindsey Graham. We've already seen some legacy repair work by the likes of Pence, McConnell. Will it work, any of it?
I doubt it. I understand their fear, and I want to thank you for having me back. I wore a sweater for you tonight because America needs a nice big warm hug after the violent week we've barely survived. So congrats again, everyone, for making it to Friday just so. Donald Trump is not merely a president or a politician or a powerful figure. He has become a cult leader. And there are millions and millions of people who've bought into the deception he has wrought, that the Republican Party has amplified, that right-wing media has powered and enabled along with social media because it was profitable to do so, to lie so. There was profit in serving up those lies. And now people are living with the consequences of those lies. Many of us knew it for years going in. There were chances to get off this bus at Helsinki. There were chances to get off this bus at Charlottesville. And people said, no, I'm going to go over the cliff. So in these last waning hours, I would urge anyone who has the power to stay and defend the republic, now's your chance to do that. That's the only purpose you can serve right now, the 25th Amendment, and preserve the functioning and safety and secure operation of the U.S. government until it's in good hands again.
Rick Wilson, your name was almost invoked tonight on Twitter by the likes of Jason Miller. This was tweeted out by Annie Carney of the New York Times, how the resignations and disavowals are playing inside the building. They're bottom feeders, says Jason Miller. The Dems will hate them. The Trump base is going to hate them for being rats jumping ship. I guess they're auditioning for jobs at the Lincoln Project. Rick, are you guys hiring?
You know, we're not going to hire anybody like Jason Miller, who could never pass the personnel screening. You know, we don't have on our short list of personnel requirements deadbeat dads who give strippers abortion pills. It's just not on my list of requirements at the moment. But, you know, we're flattered by Jason's attention because we haven't been in his head for about a year now. But he's speaking of rats, you know, there's no benefit in being the last rat on the ship as it explodes.
Baratunde, let's talk about what we witnessed this week, but more importantly, what we've witnessed over the past year. The looting and desecration of the Capitol, a.k.a. the white privilege jamboree, has us thinking in a different way. Let's spend a minute talking about black voters in this country, the earnest, honest, church-going, poll-going voting group that more than any other single voting group saved the Biden campaign, elected Joe Biden as president of the United States, and in their spare time, oh, by the way, earlier this week, flipped control of the Senate from Republicans to Democrats. I yield my time to you and your sweater.
Thank you, Brian. It's a great setup. Rick, amazing sick burn with the Miller situation. Black people have been in this country since the start of this country. And you don't get to be more American than being owned by America. So we have some special rights of memory, of belonging to this place. And I am in awe of the people that I am privileged to be a part of and how we consistently show up for a place that consistently tries to remind us we're not welcome. And it sometimes feels like we're dragging America, kicking and screaming toward its own creed, toward its own beautiful words and beautiful documents, none more personified than this week. With everything you just said about the electoral results, especially in Georgia, especially given who Reverend Warnock is, who his ancestors were. And for that very same week to have a Confederate flag waved inside the U.S. Capitol. So many died, so many bled to silence that rebellion and that flag and that undermining. And we still live in the shadows of that Civil War with disproportionate voting and access to political power granted to people who lost that war, with false participation trophies of Confederate memorials propped up for traitorous losers to that Civil War. All this in 1 week because America is nothing if not a place of contradictions. Ugly, yes, and also beautiful. And so to my fellow Black Americans, you're beautiful. Thank you. We can still keep showing up, and we need the rest to show up too. And that includes the Republicans who remain. Stand for the country. Opt back in. Join us as we've been fighting this a long time. Get on board.
Beautifully put. Rick Wilson, I can offer you the last word in 30 seconds. How should people process what I've been calling the Great Migration, this movement of people away from Donald Trump, people who heretofore had signed over their seats in Congress to him?
The transference of their souls back into their bodies is going to be a painful process, and it's not going to be without a political and personal and moral cost. I encourage them to take the right steps. If you wanted to see people truly make a step towards their reforming their reputations in the White House, the administration, either quit or invoke the 25th. Do it tonight. Don't wait. If every minute that passes does not improve your chances of being readmitted to society, it lessens them.
Two gentlemen who are both friends of this broadcast, both own the best sweaters and have the best words. Baratunde Thurston, Rick Wilson. Gentlemen, thank you both. Have a good weekend unless you have other plans. Coming up.